our next flicker, just a couple of notes of interest. Thank you. That was interesting.
And now Glipton Soup brings you Teenage Tips starring Ricky Teenage.
That's right, gang. This is Ricky Teenage. And today I want to pass along some tips on popularity. So let's just check with the mailman and see what's bugging you cats out there the most. Merle Squink, a student at Edward Arnold High, writes, "Mummy and Daddy bought me this Keen mirror and a Christian Dior suit, but the kids still say I don't look right. Here's a teenage tip, Merle. Pay more attention to your feet. When you're preparing to go out on that important date, remember that shoe polish can be a boy's best friend. Yes, plain old shoe polish. Just dab it on, polish it up to a high gloss, and you... On the shoes, Merle. Merle. Oh, forget it, Merle, and don't write in again. Now, gang, since we're on popularity tips, I can't stress how important it is to make a good impression when you enter a room. Good grooming isn't enough. You've got to have a smile on your face, good posture, and a confident manner, plus a few witty remarks to make.
What makes elephants wear tennis shoes? Knock, knock. Who's there? What has 4 wheels and flies?
Believe me, you've made an impression. Now, buddies, about athletics. Just remember that going out for a clean, wholesome sport at school is mighty important to your popularity. And remember, it's better to be punchy than unpopular. I'll be back in a minute with more teenage tips. But first, a word from the Glipton Soup people.
What's on the table that tastes like this? Must be something from
Glipton!
Must be something from Glipton. Trust Glipton.
And teenagers, when you eat your Gliptons, or anything else, remember what an important part in popularity table manners can play. Fat Charlie Dubin, a sophomore at Fidel Castro High in Birch City, writes,
"When I eat beans in the school cafeteria with the other kids every day, the prettiest girl in school, Zsa Goldfinger, keeps staring on me. Am I doing something wrong?"
Of course not, Charlie. Correct table manners like yours are often the object of close attention by your friends. Soon you will see that many of them will copy you. Because, Charlie, you've got class.
Dear Ricky Teenage, as you can see, I am every inch a lady. But when my boyfriends come to call and my father meets them in the living room, they always lose interest somehow. Why do you suppose this is? Signed, Wanda Jean Obese.
Wanda, I'd like to show you 2 fine kids that have worked this problem out for themselves. The father, in this case, also wanted to meet the young man who came to call on his lovely daughter, Lila Mae Stallcup. But the boy, John Fitzgerald Needleman, a pole vault champ at Attle of the Hun High, was desperately afraid that if he met Lila Mae's father, he, the father, might find out that he, the boy, drove a hot rod. But in this case, he was needlessly worried. The story turned out happily because it developed that Lila's father wasn't nearly as headstrong as they thought. In fact, his head was seriously weakened by a severe cerebral concussion. And now, finally, kids, let's look at a typical average teenage party in a typical average American home just like your own when your parents are away for the night. Yes, throwing a party like this when Mom and Dad are gone is the true road to popularity. The folks will appreciate the fact that you were at home instead of out on the streets with a lot of vandals. And gang, when the police show up, assist them in any way you can. That's important at all times. You'll find that if you meet the police halfway, they'll lead you on the right path. Yes, be popular with the police, too. You'll find if you string along with the fuzz will string along with you. If you go around with them, they'll go around with you. And they'll be more tolerant of your typical teenage driving habits. Habits that make you so popular with the bunch. Now, this is Ricky Teenage saying so long, gang. And call me if you'd like a tall, thin hot rod.